Hello, my friends. It's so nice to be here tonight. I'm Cindy from Cindy's Creative Cards, and I welcome you here, whether you're watching the live or the replay. Tonight, we have I think, a very exciting, cute card that we're going to make, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do that. So, if you'll look here, it's the gnomes out from the Kindest Gnomes set, and they are dancing. It's hard to make them dance at this angle, but it does happen, as you can see. There they go. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make these little gnomes dance a jig. All right, so first I'm going to show you what I used to create this one, because the one we're going to make tonight is a bit different. I used the Lights Aglow Designer Series paper out of the mini holiday catalog, and it is here. Let me see if I can raise this up so you can see a little bit better. Is the Lights Aglow. It's on page 30 and 31. It's a suite. And with this suite, you get these beautiful papers. You get glimmer paper and festive foils. You get embellishments, ribbon, and here's the stamp set, Christmas Lights Bundle and Brightest Glow Bundle. Now, I do not have all of this set, but I did get the paper, and I wanted to show you that. And here it is. Now, I'm going to show you how. Look at these gorgeous, gorgeous papers and how they're so sparkly and ready for anyone to use. Now these are with each color, and this is perfect for putting a picture. But this is the paper we use for the gnome's hats. Here's the paper that I used for his feet. Now, the rest of it is just basic white, and then this is soft succulent cardstock. And on these snowflakes, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I created a sort of sparkly, shimmery look with the wink of Stella. Okay, and then I decorated my envelope with this same paper to match their feet. Okay, so that's the one that I created when I was first getting started. I saw a similar card on Facebook, and I cased it. I copied, and then I'm sharing everything, which is something that we demonstrators love to do. Now, this first came about from a demonstrator and a design artist from the Stampin' Up home office, this dancing feet. I'm not doing it exactly the same way that she did, because she used the candy cane suite, and I do not have that suite or the dies. So what I did is a substitute, and I'll show you how I made it work. Okay. All right. Now, what we're going to do tonight, instead of using this Lights Aglow, I went through my stash of Christmas papers, and I found from last year the Classic Christmas. This is no longer available for sale or for purchase, but I decided that I wanted to use this on the card that we're going to make. Then I pulled out the shaded spruce and petal pink for his nose, and then basic white. And then this is Pool Party, and it's in this same family, but just much lighter. So I'll show you how we're going to do this. And then, but first, here is the paper in this Kindest Gnome storybook suite. Look at this. It's very light pastel colors. It has a soft look to it. Here are the gnomes. And then there is on the opposite side of the mushroom houses, there's snowflakes, as they are here on this one. And here's some trees and more snowflakes. These are really beautiful papers and so much fun to work with. And the really cool thing about this paper, and I think we've now seen them all, is that on this page where the gnomes are, this page right here, here are our gnomes. The die from this set, the gnomes die set, it cuts out these. Okay, so we have, I think, we have to find them. This is the one right here. It will cut out this one. And this will cut out her. So we have some others that are not on this page. Here's another one. And then here's a little gnome die here as well. But here you go. So much fun to cut it out and use those. And here is one that I cut out to use on a card later. So here are our dies. Now, what we will do tonight is we're going to be using this one for his beard. We are not going to be using the stamp set, which I'll show you momentarily, but we'll be using this one. It says hat, the nose, and there are two of these. And then here are the feet and the pants. Okay, so here we go. Now, I have already cut these out, so we don't have to spend that time doing it. Here is the stamp set, Kindest Gnomes. And it is the rubber stamps. So it will have a very clear and precise image when you stamp. So, but what we're using tonight are just these dies. Now, with this suite also comes these gorgeous embellishments. This beautiful balmy blue and white ribbon. And the Snowfall Accents puff paint. This, when used with a heat oh, my mind went blank. The heat tool will puff up, and that would be neat to use for snow and for his beard. But tonight we're focusing on the dies. Okay, so I'm going to slide this out of the way, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So the first layer is going to be our craft cardstock. Okay, So it is the 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. Then we have shaded spruce, and it just goes down on that measurement table to 5 1/4 by, no, not, yeah, 5 1/4 by 4. Then I want to layer this basic white, which is then 3 3/4 by 5. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to be using my tape runner tonight. I have been using glue for most of the time, but I decided that I wanted to do this tonight. So we're going to put glue on this, or I mean tape runner, on the edges. Not the best when running this tape, but we're ready to make it work. So I'm going to paste this down where I have the same border all around. Then I'm going to put glue on, or tape, on this piece. Hello to everyone. Hi, Maria. It's so good to see you. And hi, Susan. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm hoping all of you will find something that you find inspiring and that you'll take it and go to your craft room and make something amazing. Okay, so now our next step is this embossed snowflake pool party piece, which it goes down once more. I got to remember, 4 1/4 by, oh my mind's going blank, 3 3/4. No, 3.5. Okay, so what I did with this is I did not use and leave it just plain. And I'm going to show you what I did so we can see the difference and see if it really matters. So I'm going to bring in my cut and embossing machine, and I'm going to pull it up. Okay, and then I'm going to use an embossing folder that was available, I think, last season. It is called the Winter Snow, and I will show you. There is an embossing folder that is comparable to this. It's called, let me see, I've lost it. It was right here. The Wintry 3D embossing folder that you can use in the place of this. Now, what I'm going to do is put down this, and I am going to take out, and this is not following the guidelines that are written out here. And the reason why is because I'm using a magic mat. And the magic mat is just a bit thicker, and it does not require or let you use that first, that little tiny plate, this white tiny plate. What you do is you put down your first plastic plate, number 3, put your embossing folder, and then you add your scrapbook mat. Now, let's see if we can make this go through. You have to play around with it when you have the magic mat. Now, the reason for the magic mat is because even though it gets sort of bowed, it keeps my plates flat and straight. All right, now we have the embossed pool party. I'm going to move this and I'm going to show you what I did, and we're going to see right here if it makes a difference. A bit. You may not be able to see it on camera, but it sort of highlights the snowflakes. And what I did is I took the white craft paint and I just tapped it. I don't want to do it on that. I just tapped it over the top like this because I wanted to have it sort of whitewashed, and I wanted it to highlight the very top of those snowflakes. Okay, so then I added this piece. I got so much stuff here that it's okay, and so I'm doing this on all the edges, and I always put more than I need, I'm sure, but like I've said before, I'd rather it stay than come off. And if the tape gets on the edge like this did, you can sort of rub it and it will go to the back side. Okay. I'm so sorry you're sick, Maria. I hope you'll be feeling better soon. I was sick last week with some type of respiratory bug. But although it's not gone, it is better. Okay, here we go. So now I've got this down. It's time to start working on these gnomes. So what we're going to do is I want to show you all my gnome pieces. Here are the beards. We're going to line them up like this. I'm going to put this here, that one there. Where did my other gnome hat go? Don't you just hate that when you're working with this and you have everything just where it's supposed to be, and then during the line, it disappears. All right, well, I'm going to show you this paper, and we're going to make another one. I can't imagine where it went, but all right, so this is the paper I was going to use. Aha, nope, that's the one that fell off. Okay, so we'll just make another one. So I'm going to get the gnome dies, and I'm going to get this hat right here. They are cute, aren't they, Maria? I just love them. Okay, we're going to bring this back in. And now this shows you how I've put this. I've got to put this plate, the number 2 plate, on top of the 1. I'm going to put my 3 down. Nope. Yes, that's right. And then I'm going to place, and since I'm going to be using this side, I'm just going to place it down so the cut part, the edges won't be as visible. Okay, now I'm going to run it through. And there we go. Right there. So now we're going to move this out of the way. and come back to our card. Okay, so what we're going to do is, if you can see, let me put this down. This little piece has little marks that show you where the nose and the edge of the hat goes. So we're going to use glue and glue down these hats. Okay, there's the first one. And we're going to glue down one of these noses. And I'm going to glue it on top. Some people like to glue it underneath the hat, but I like it on top. Let's see. There we go. Okay, one. Now we have 3 of these gnomes. So we're going to glue this one down. And I chose to use the opposite side of this paper because I just wanted a little bit of interest. The petal pink is perfect for skin color. Okay. And here's the last one. Oh, Maria, I'm so glad that you got the magic mat. Are you liking it? Has it made a difference for you, I guess I should say. All right, let's get his nose on. All right, so we've got our little gnomes ready here. But what we've got to do, and here will be their feet. Now's the time to make this little mechanism. Now, the design team member at Stampin' Up did is use the candy cane, a die in that, and it had a cut out part right here. I didn't, of course, have that. So what I did is I cut a strip, and let me see what it measures. It's about 3/4 of an inch, and it's about 1.5 inches. And I took a 1/2 inch punch, and I punched this. Got to make sure I get it centered. Like that. It doesn't matter if it's not centered. You just need to make sure that you put it where there's enough room up here where there will be enough paper to support what you're doing. Okay, that was sort of on the edge, but it'll be okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this to the bottom, but I got to see. So we're going to turn this over, and that should work. Okay, so let's glue this down. And I just glue it down far enough that it has a good hold and it doesn't show. Okay, the next one. We'll do the same thing. Oops. Okay, now we have this one, and then we're going to make magic happen. Okay, so what you do now, since I've gotten it all glued here, is you line them up on your paper where you expect that they will go, where you want them to go, I should say. And I am going to put these down just to see. Okay, this is going to go just a bit. So I'm going to slide him down. I think I'll let his feet rest just above that, like that. Okay, so I need to place these just like I want them. Okay, then I'm going to take Stampin' Dimensionals. Now I'm taking the regular sized ones, and I'm going to put it down right inside this circle, but not on the paper. Okay, now you can see where we're going with this, I'm sure. Now we're going to take these guys and we're going to put I think where it just hits where his feet are. So you're going to put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. I'm going to put 3. Let's take these off. These things, they can be so annoying. They end up everywhere. Okay, and I'm going to put this down like that. Now, let's see if that's, come on. I did something I shouldn't have. Oh, I put, okay, and this is good for you to know. I put this too far down. It blocks the movement. So, well, that's not going to work. So I'm going to just take them off and get some new ones. Okay, so that was a good lesson. Let's put it farther up. Like that. And this one could even have gone farther up. Alrighty, now let's try again. We'll put this back here, like that. And then I'm going to put that down right there. Now, let's see. Will it work? It's still being blocked. Well, it was so easy when I made the other one. I didn't have any problems whatsoever. Okay, I'm sliding this one up, putting that back. Putting this here. Now. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to clip that off because that is what is getting caught. Now, yeah. You can move freely like that. Okay, let's do these others. All right, this one I want to be in the middle. So I'm going to put him, that right there. And I'm going to take my Stampin' Dimensionals and I'm going to put it farther up. Like that. And I'm going to clip right here. And then we glue him down or stick him down. How in the world did that get under there? Okay. Here we go. Now, see, yeah, his feet are really moving. All right. This one still doesn't move very freely. But I learned from that. Oh, I'm going to clip these. Susie, have you or Maria tried this yet? All right. And now we're going to glue him down or stick him down. Now, let's see. Yeah. Well, that one moves freely. This one, come on, little guy. What's wrong with you? He won't move. What's keeping him from moving? Wow. As high up as I did that, it still is blocking the movement. So that one comes off. And we'll stick another one up higher. So I think what you need to do is just make sure the hat is secure. All right. Now, there they go. Okay. Now, our little gnomes are happy. And I need another one right here. There. All right. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to put a greeting on this. And I already have that greeting right here. I took a sentiment. I used a sentiment out of an old Stampin' Up set. Holly Jolly, everything is a sentiment, and it was known for the holidays. And I think this was probably a couple of seasons ago. But there are many, many sentiments all over the place that you could use. And I backed it. I cut it out with this punch that was in our catalog last season. And there's another punch in the catalog that will work just as well. Let's see if I can. It's not in the mini, it's in the annual catalog. The Label Me Fancy punch right here. It has a little more decorative edge to it than this one does, but it would work. If you do what I did, you'd end up cutting that decorative part off anyway. And I used, let me show you how I did this. Well, I stamped my sentiment, and we will do that since I can't find. Wow, I'm going to have to work on that foot. Oh, that's what I forgot to do, is take the tops off of these. That makes a difference. Secures it. There we go. Now, get in the right position. His are moving. These, oh, I know what's happening. He got stuck to it, which is exactly what you do not want it to do. And this one, okay, that one is free. Okay, so there they go. All right. Now you can see how they can dance away. Then I took this, the Holly Jolly Everything. I placed this on my block. Okay, now I need the ink with shaded spruce. There we go. I love it when it comes out right the first time. All right, and then what I did is I punched this out, but I punched it close to the sentiment, like that. And then I took a sticky note, put it to the edge, and I will slide it back in and do the same thing. Now I've got a funny pieces here on the end, and I can slide this back in again and round that off. Okay, there's one side. Now we're going to do it from the other side and get this crazy piece. Let's stick in there. Okay, so now we have the two sides that look more alike. I should have slid that down a bit. But, and then you can take a piece of the shaded spruce and back it. I'm going to try and get that evened up. Okay, I think that's going to be a little bit better. Okay, now I'm going to put, this was just a piece that I had left over. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue it down. I'm going to see if I can sort of doctor this a little bit. I love these scissors. They're so sharp, and they're perfect for fussy cutting or anything else that you might want to do craft wise, unless you need that needs to go back in the punch again because it's not even. So I'm going to slide it back in once more. wheel. There we go. Now we've got that rounded side, and this one is not rounded. Gracious. Okay, but I'm going to show you. I then put this down on top like that, and I punched these sides. Let's see. This is a little lopsided. All right, now this piece will be easier to do because it's longer and you can handle that better, and you just slide it in and punch. Now we got to do this side, so I'm going to take my sticky paper. Well, it's not going to be sticky enough on this side, and I'm going to slide it in just like I did with the other side, and punch it. And then we have our sentiment. Okay, so that's what I did here. So I'm going to get all this out of the way. I'm going to glue that down on top of the gnome's beards. Right here. Okay, it looks like he's holding that, a sign. Now, I wanted to just decorate that a bit, and I took some thread that I had, and you could use the linen thread right here. This would match the cardstock, and it is linen thread from Stampin' Up. And I'm going to take a little glue dot. This is the mini glue dots. And I am going to use my wonderful tool here and get this off. Stick it to my bow and stick that right there. And there we have our little gnomes with their dancing feet. There we go. So there is our card. Now, on the inside, you could put Merry Christmas or whatever other sentiment that you would use. And then the envelope, you can take some of this paper. Thank you, Maria. I finally got it there. Okay. And we're going to use tape, and we're going to run it right close to that scored mark right here. You don't want it on top, but as close to it as you can get it. All right. And then I lay this down, getting as close to that fold mark as I possibly can. Now, the reason I did not use glue is that the glue lines will show up on the inside of the envelope. No. There. And then what you do is you just trim right around it with these wonderful scissors. I'm telling you, I have never used a pair of scissors that are this sharp and are just great for any paper. I can't even think of the word. Anything you need to do. So here you go. Our envelope and our card. I'm so thankful that you joined me today. I am so glad to see you both, Susan and Maria. And to whomever else joins, whether it live or on the replay, I appreciate you stopping by and joining me. I hope that you gain some insight in how to make these little cuties and that you will make it too. And if you haven't, I would truly appreciate it if you liked what we did to give me a thumbs up and maybe subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified when I will do another video. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I hope that you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next week. So dream, create, and share. Bye, guys.